Hi, I'm James from the Yammer Customer Experience team. I'm here today in London at WM Reply's lovely offices to talk with them about Yammer and Yammer migrations.
Hello, I'm Husna. I'm a senior Yammer consultant here at WM, and I'm here to talk about Yammer migrations with my colleague Gareth.
Hi, I'm Gareth. I'm here to talk to you today about Yammer migrations with my colleague Husna.
So I know you help a lot of our customers with migrations, but I was thinking we should kind of keep it simple first off. What does it mean to migrate? What is a migration?
So a migration is where you would take content, users from one network or location or platform and move it into a new network or platform. So in terms of Yammer, that can be a network-to-network migration, moving content and users over to a new network that the users start using as new.
So that sounds, quite complicated, and I'm intrigued to know more. So maybe we could start off. Just tell me how you get started. How do you do this process?
Sure. Well, WM have developed our own in-house tool to do this, so we can move all the content and the users across successfully, including groups and communities. So this tool that we've developed is an Azure-based tool. Okay? And normally we deploy that tool onto a client's own tenant and create a database on the Azure subscription so that the content can be exported from the source into the database on Azure and then outwards into the destination network. That way, all the content, all of the posts, the links, the documentation, the data stays within the client's network and tenant.
Excellent. So you shared really compelling reasons as to why you might want to migrate. You also gave a great list of considerations that I in an organization would have to think about before we got started. But maybe you could share some stories of some customers where you've done migrations.
Yeah, we've done a variety of migrations over the last 18 months since I've been part of the team. No two migrations are the same. We are seeing more and more requests and inquiries moving from third parties like Facebook Workplace to Yammer now. And so far this year, we're already tied into moving around about 50,000 users into Yammer from Facebook.
And all our projects always start with a discovery phase. And as I said before, we're helping clients during this phase to descope, to do cleaning, to only select groups and communities that are really relevant to them to migrate.
So this almost really helps them, focus on a relaunch, of reinvigoration of being social at work.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important point. Especially with moving from a third party into Yammer, which might be completely new to a lot of the users, it's really important that on the back of the migration, we can then help the customer follow up with the change in adoption to make sure that they're getting that return on investment and having the users properly engaged from day one on the new Yammer network. And WM have got a team of change and adoption specialists who can help with that part of the project.
So Gareth, you mentioned at the beginning that you do migrations from lots of different sources to Yammer, and you built this tool that helps the whole kind of customer experience be much easier. But from which different tools does yours work with?
So in terms of the different platforms, we've obviously got Yammer to Yammer migrations, but we can also, like I mentioned there, handle Facebook's Workplace platform. We can migrate from that, and we can also migrate from others like Chatter, for example. The types of migrations that we actually do as well is where clients require, for example, a merger of two companies, so that could be a tenant-to-tenant migration, or within a company, could be network-to-network. The client might also want to relocate the data center where their current data is being held, for example, in the US. So with Microsoft's assistance and us and the client, we can move that data center called provisioning over to the EU, for example.
But I imagine one concern people may have is, as a user, I've made 3 years of posts and I've put photos up and videos and all these things. How do you ensure that my contributions are still attached to my profile?
So we're mapping all the content from the source to the destination. Posts, likes, replies, they all map to their relevant user within the destination. We also bring all the content with the links and attachments and files. All the settings are also retained. Your public private communities, admins within new communities are mapped exactly the same in the destination.
Okay, so say Gareth sold me, and I'm a Workplace by Meta customer, and I want the new Yammer capabilities, I want the security, I want all the Microsoft 365 integrations and the cost savings of migrating to Yammer. What are the first things I need to know in order to get started?
So one of the first things you need to consider and think about is your Yammer configuration. Are you in native mode? Do you have any external access and external users? Do you need to provision your network to Europe, as Gareth explained earlier? The second thing that you need to consider as well is your data and your volume of your data. So doing some cleanup and only migrate the relevant content.
Gareth Husner, thank you so much for your time today and inviting me here and answering all my many questions. So I'm sold on this, and I'm sure many other people will be. Where do I go to find out more?
Thank you, James. If you have any question, please reach out to WM. We have a whole team of experts and we'll support you during your whole process of migration.